budget is very good. The Prime Minister's promise of saying that the last 10 years were a trailer and the next 5 years is going to do many more things is coming true. The focus in the budget on job creation, on agricultural productivity, and on making sure that women development take place, on manufacturing, skill development, making sure that education becomes much better, improvement in R&D and innovation, and also making sure that investment goes to Andhra Pradesh and Bihar in multiple areas are steps in the right direction. Because this budget has to demonstrate that the focus of the next 5 years are going to be there and heavy investments are going to come into this area. In the area of indirect taxes, there are a few tax reduction in custom duty and immersion. I hope much more is done because India has to be competitive in manufacturing exports. There's also a focus on that GST simplification, though we don't know the details yet because it has to go to the GST Council. In the area of direct taxes, it has not met the expectation of the middle class, where the middle class wanted 3 slabs, whereas they're given 7 slabs and tinkered with it. But the good news is that tax 30% will come in only about 15 lakhs, which is very good. But the tax slab should have been increased from 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs, because there's no point making a large number of people in 3 to 5 lakhs file a tax return. I think that should have been done. But government says 17,500 is the relief for everybody. I think that's very less. There's no point throwing a few crumbs in the beginning of the 5-year reign to the middle class. The middle class has borne the brunt of high taxation for the last 10 years, and I think the middle class will still remain angry and upset at these few crumbs that have been thrown. Of course, the standard deduction for salaried people has gone up to 75,000 from 50,000. Capital gains are sought to be liberalized with increasing rates. We thought that they'll keep the 10%, but it's gone up to 12.5%, and the market is not looking at it favorably. And as far as short-term is concerned, it's gone up from 15% for financial assets to 20%. I think that has to be seen. While short-term is okay, because less than 1 year, they increased it 20%. Long-term should have been kept at 12.5% because market volatility is very high. The STT has been increased on future and options. That's a good move to remove speculation. There's too much of speculation happening. But what should have been done is the F&O limit should have been increased. I'm sure SEBI will look at that. Overall, if you look at the budget is in the right direction. The focus areas are very good. Urbanization has been given a leg up in this budget because more and more people are going to stay in the cities. When the census takes place this year, I'm sure everybody will be surprised at the number of people in urban areas. Political power will move from the rural areas to the urban areas for the next 5 years based on delimitation in the census, and that's good news because ease of life is not there in urban areas. The focus on transit, the focus on land registry, the focus on reforms in urban planning, and the focus in multiple areas in urban areas, especially water and sewage and solid waste, is indeed very good. So overall, a good budget. Something more could have been done. The reduction of fiscal deficit to 4.9% from 5.1% is a step in the right direction. It should reduce interest rates because there will be more money available to the private sector. Yes, angel tax has been abolished. That's very good news for startups. There's a 1,000 crore fund for space tech. That's very good. We wanted a 50,000 crore over 5 years for startups to accelerate. That's not happened. It's so sad that state government and central government spend more than 8 lakh crores a year on subsidies. But the startup sector, which creates employment for young people, gets peanuts. 1,000 crore is not going to shift anything for a very large $4 trillion economy today. They should have made it 50,000 crores over 5 years. But angel tax is abolished. But what they should do now is withdraw all cases against startups in the last 5 years under angel tax. Stop the harassment. And increasing the appeals for tax dispute is very good. It's gone to 5 crores for the SC. It should have gone up to 50 crores because we have to respect High Court's decision. But anyway, it's a move in the right direction. I hope they now withdraw multiple cases that have been filed which are below this limit.
The Congress is already politicking, saying that the internship program was Congress's program, which has now been taken by the BJP.
Well, it doesn't matter. I think citizens have also given good ideas. The Congress has given some good ideas. What is important is the government has been open to listen to everybody. Let the Congress take the credit, it's fine, but they're not in government.
Sir, are you happy with the allocation for Northeast? A lot of imbalances there.
No, see, the Northeast has very different problems, and I think the problems are being addressed. First of all, the remoteness of the Northeast. Now, roads are being built, tunnels are being built, railways are being built. That will bring people together. Second, there are a lot more airports and flights in Northeast. So the greater development has taken place. What is required is that the Northeast business community should be linked to the rest of the country through e-commerce and others with better connectivity. That's beginning to happen. So I think it's going to take time. But what is worrisome is the large-scale migration of young people from the Northeast. We are seeing, possibly when the census come out, population decreases. We are seeing the aging of population in the Northeast. The Northeast should not be depopulated because young people believe there's no future for them, they're coming. Bangalore is about 500,000 people working for the Northeast. You see them all over India. You see them in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, everywhere working. I think that's something that has to be tackled. Higher education and especially in STEM has to be improved in the Northeast. It's happening, but I think some more things need to be done.
Bihar and AP have got the big...
Yes, Bihar and AP have got good things. You see, we must help Bihar. What the Bihar government says is correct. Bihar's per capita income is about 70,000 rupees. India's per capita income is about 2 lakh rupees. Bihar has about 13 crore people. And we can't have a poor state like that. Bihar is the poorest state. It requires more help. So, infrastructure, roads, I think 26,000 crores of roads, flood relief for the Kosi Basin, which is very good. Creating a bridge over, the Ganga River is very good. And creating medical colleges and creating more hospitals from the government side is very good. I think the package is very good. Much more has to be done. What I would suggest to the government is, look at the sustainability development goals. Create a baseline for India to say what are the India average. States below the baseline, like possibly West Bengal and Eastern India, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, they should be given special grants for schooling, special grants for higher education, special grants for health, special grants for infrastructure to come up to the average that exists today over the next 5 years. So Bihar is good. AP, Babu has got something, 15,000 crores for his thing, and Polavaram, 15,000 crores for his capital, Polavaram, etc., irrigation project, and many more infrastructure projects have been given. That's good news. Because Andhra Pradesh suffered in that state reorganization. And if Babu can use all this in the next 5 years to showcase Andhra Pradesh as a model of governance for the state and improve quality of life, that'll be fantastic. Because he's been a reformer and he can be an example to everybody else. Politically, it makes sense for the NDA to give AP and Bihar. Of course, politically they said we are going to do something for the whole of Eastern India. They mentioned West Bengal. They mentioned Chhattisgarh, but we're not seeing anything happen in West Bengal. Of course, West Bengal is going nowhere. The big failure in the last 50 years for the states have been Bihar and West Bengal. West Bengal's share of Indian GDP has kept coming down, and deindustrialization has taken place. There's communal politics and violence there. But I'm very sad that South India has not been discussed at all. Nothing about South India. I mean, I want to ask Prime Minister Modi and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, doesn't South India exist for you? Why do you discriminate against South India? Why do you discriminate against Bangalore, Chennai and Hyderabad, which pay so much of tax? Why do you discriminate against all of us in multiple areas? Why you have not mentioned Karnataka, you have not mentioned Kerala, you have not mentioned Tamil Nadu, you have not mentioned anything else? This is going to accelerate anti-center sentiment in all these states. While you focus on Andhra Pradesh and Bihar and Eastern India, what about the rest of us in South India? In North India, all these employment programs, everything will have bigger impact. We need a different kind of thing, urbanization. We should announce some big urban projects in South India, not mentioning South India, not mentioning growth centers like Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Bombay. I think is not done. This, this negligence and possibly bias against South India should go.
So the state Congress already reacted. There is a member of parliament from Karnataka.
Yes.
Nothing for Bangalore.
Nothing for Bangalore. The finance minister is a member of parliament from Karnataka, and she has not done anything much for Karnataka or Bangalore. Not even paying lip service. I think it's astonishing. And despite Bangalore giving the BJP party, I think 5 seats, right? 5 seats. Despite such a rousing reception to Prime Minister Modi has chosen to ignore Bangalore. And when the whole of Karnataka, much of Karnataka voted for the BJP, voted for the Congress, Bangalore voted for the BJP, I think all citizens of Bangalore are very disappointed that they have not got due recognition for what they did.
So the markets have reacted negatively.
Yes.
Do you think it's going to come around?
Well, the market will come around for a very important reason. The money flow into the market is very, very high. And probably the market will realize in the next 2 or 3 maybe weeks that greater damage could have been done by the government in trying to tax more people. So there will be some relief. F&O, of course, was looking, everybody is saying that. Capital gains, 12.5% was a shock. I think they should have made better reforms. I got to see the fine print. Angel tax is very good, but they should have given a total amount of money. But the capital gains is something that going up to 12.5% middle of the year. They could have done it next year instead of doing it middle of the year, because last 5 months people have already sold, and you're going to make them pay taxes with retrospective impact. Or they could say any sale after this date. We got to see the fine print. And I think the tax break for the middle class are very small. They're throwing a few crumbs to the middle class. They should have done it much bigger.
Lifelong they have paid taxes, senior citizens, no relief.
Yes, no relief for senior citizens. Why can't you increase the tax slab for senior citizens to 10 lakhs? 10 lakhs, you make it 10 lakhs, give them a break. Because senior citizens need to spend more money on health. And they don't have, many of them who are retired need better help. I mean, they pay taxes all their life. What do they get? They live in cities where the quality of life is deteriorating. They live in cities where law and order is not very good. They live in cities where the air is very foul, water is not available, and the solid waste is all over the place. So give them a tax break. I think this lack of care for seniors is very worrisome. There are 20 crore people, there are 13 crore people above the age of 60 in India. It'll go to 20 crores. People are retiring in large numbers today, and they need some help. That's why the tax slab should have been extended. We should have had 3 tax slab with better relief, but they made it 7 lakh. You see, when you make a tax slab, the Chidambaram people must remember it. Wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you should say 3 tax slab. Now, the 7 tax slab is very confusing. You don't throw a few crumbs to the middle class. Middle class has stood solidly behind Prime Minister Modi. I think that all of them will be very disappointed, and it is sad that they missed this opportunity.